Today we're going to do a review on the book called The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. This book setting is in the publishing industry in New York. It features two main characters. We have Nella and we have Hazel. Nella was the first black girl, well, actually, she was the first black assistant to be hired in the organization. The organization is the publishing firm, and it is mostly, we have mostly white Caucasian workers over there. So she's hired there. She doesn't know really why she was hired because she bombed the interview. But for some reason, the person decides to hire her. So when she comes in there, she notices that there's a problem. We have, first thing is, the books that are being sold as the next big voice of America generally has a characterization of African Americans, of black people as less than, So she had an issue with that. She's like, all black people are not this way. Then she had issues also with the hiring policies there. I said, why is it that we only have, we have extremely, the numbers don't add up, you only have one or two black people here. One is a male person, the other person is myself. Like, we have to do more. So she was fighting for these issues. And finally, a new lady is hired. Her name is Hazel. And she's very excited to have this lady come in because she's like, oh my God, sisterhood, finally these people are listening, change is coming, I love my organization, yes. But Hazel is very different. Hazel seems to have come into the organization with an agenda. And she also seems to have access to certain things that she really shouldn't have at that point. She has opportunities thrown at her, and it doesn't make sense how she is able to get in so quickly and get to the place and have all these things within such a short time of actually coming to the organization. So Nella is concerned, and Nella is like, okay, what is going on here? This doesn't add up. Something is not quite right. As she's asking herself this question and talking to her friend, she starts receiving all these threatening letters telling her to leave the organization right now, that her life is in danger. So the question becomes, who is sending her this threatening letter? Is it Nella? Is it Hazel trying to get her out of the organization so that she can be the head honcho? Or does she have an outside enemy out there? So in the bid of actually discovering what's going on, the mystery, she finds out a lot of things that have been going on within the industry historically. There is a lot of bad blood, there's a lot of resistance and things that have been going on within the organization. So as she finds this out, the question now becomes, is Hazel the bad girl or the good girl? Is Nella the bad girl or the good girl? Is the organization a good one? Is there more to it? I really like this book because it was a psychological book. It's psychological. I call it psychological warfare. At first glance, it just reads like a story. But at second glance, when you start reading it, you start seeing a lot of things that play out in real life. For example, if you're someone who works in an organization in which they are mostly, other race there, and you are trying to move ahead there, how do you move ahead there? How do you navigate to get to the point in which you are seen as someone who brings something to the table? Some of the things that they bring as ways that black people have navigated in these kinds of workplaces, the toning down of themselves, code switching, double facing, things like that. These are tools that people of color have often had to use to get ahead in the workplace. Another thing that they brought up in this book that I actually really enjoyed was how they turned the idea of what we see as the good thing into something that is not really that good. At first glance, we're like, wow, this person is Afrocentric, this person is awesome. And as you dig deeper, you find out that that's not really the case. There is something more going on there. So I really, really liked that idea. There's so much you can discuss and can take from this book. And I'm going to stop right here because I could go on and on it, and I don't want to. I hope that you get a chance to pick up a copy of this book from your public library, from Barnes & Noble's, Amazon, every place that sells books. And I hope to get your thoughts. So till next time, take care and God bless. Ciao.